Hello dear students, how are you all? I wish always be well. In today's video, I am going to start new topic LC oscillator. Okay, LC oscillator. So this one is also very important topic and very confusing. So carefully listen it that how it works. Okay, so by the name it is clear that LC oscillator means a oscillator which oscillates between L and C, means one inductor. It contains two things, inductor and capacitor. So the elements of this circuit LC oscillator, in LC oscillator we use two elements, one capacitor and second inductor. Okay, L of inductance L and this one is of capacitance C. So LC oscillator contains one inductor and one capacitor. Okay, and how it works, that also I will explain. Now look at you have studied in chapter capacitor that if we connect a capacitor, if we connect a charged capacitor with any circuit or any resistance, then what will happen? Then this capacitor will continuously, the very high amount of current will flow from positive higher potential to lower potential. This one is positively charged, this one is negatively charged. So if you will take a capacitor, a charged capacitor, then by its nature it will provide maximum amount of current through the circuit. Okay, so lots of energy means lots of current will flow through this circuit for a small interval of time, and it will lose its energy. Okay, but if we connect at the place of if we connect this capacitor with an inductor and we will flow and it is charged capacitor, when you connect this charged capacitor with the an inductor, okay, so by the nature of the inductor, when the current will, since capacitor has behavior that the current flows from positive higher potential to its lower potential plate. Okay, so by the behavior of capacitor, the current will try to flow through this circuit. But here one inductor is there, as according to its behavior, it will oppose any change. When current will increase because of higher to lower, because of these charges, when value of current will increase, this inductor will induce an EMF by its nature. You know, an current carrying coil. A current carrying coil opposes any change in it, which is known as inductance, है ना? So this inductor will oppose the current flowing through the circuit. This conductor will oppose any change in current. Means if it will increase, this current will increase because of flow of charge. So it will oppose. It will create one opposite polarity, so that an induced EMF whose direction is opposite to it. Okay, so it will create an opposite polarity or EMF, so that it will oppose, this inductor will oppose flow of current. Okay, means instant current will not, means maximum amount of current will not flow immediately. Okay, slowly it will increase and inductor will oppose this change. Okay, so slowly these charges will flow till the potential difference is there. So positive charge will move to the negative terminal, and slowly current will flow through this circuit. So this energy, so finally what will happen? Finally it will be discharged. This capacitor will be discharged. Okay, finally it will get discharged. Now what will happen? The electrical energy what it has, this capacitor has converted, because of since it is creating induced EMF. Induced EMF means magnetic flux. Magnetic flux is there, na? Because of change in current, one induced EMF generated, and here some flux are there. So because of this change in flux, this electric field has converted into the magnetic field in this inductor. Okay, and it has some energy. Okay, some energy, that electrical energy has converted to the magnetic energy. Okay, and this capacitor get discharged. Now when capacitor will get discharged, then what will happen? The current will try to the current will die. Okay, it will die. Okay, you know, by the behavior of inductor opposes growing current and supports dying current. So current is dying here. So the inductor will induce an EMF inside it. When it is fully discharged, then the current is going to die. Okay, means it is going to finish. So what will happen? This inductor will induce the polarity like that, so that it will support the flow of current. So to support the flow of current, what will happen? It will negatively charged. It will try to bring a positive it will try to bring electrons from this plate, and it will move to this plate. So because since electrons are moving in this direction, so current will flow in this direction. Means it is supporting. By this method, by using its magnetic energy, it will bring electrons from this plate and it will reach to this plate. So since it is giving, this plate is providing electron, so it will be positively charged, and this terminal is taking electron will get negatively charged. Since electrons are flowing from this plate to this plate, so because in the opposite direction of flow of electrons, the current will flow. So now by this behavior, it is supporting this current. Electron will flow from this plate to this plate, so obviously the current will flow in opposite direction. So now it is supporting the flow of current. Earlier it was positive and negative, means it was opposing current, but now since current is dying, means current is going to finish, so that it is supporting the current. So to support the current, is it bringing electrons from this plate to this plate, so that it is negatively charged, and now it is positively charged, and it is supporting the flow of current in this direction. Okay, now finally what will happen? It has used its all magnetic energy to charge this plate. It has used all its magnetic energy to bring the electrons from this plate to this place to charge this capacitor. Okay, so what will happen? Now see, this inductor has used all its electrical magnetic energy to charge this capacitor, and it has this magnetic energy has converted into electrical energy. But at any instant, the sum of overall energy is constant. If this means overall, I mean to say that at any instant, sum of energy of capacitor and inductor is same in all the conditions, in all the states. Okay, when the capacitor was fully charged, then also the energy was same, and now when the inductor was charged and capacitor was discharged, that time also the energy was same. Okay, so in overall case, in ideal case, we are considering that the overall energy is constant. Okay, but generally it doesn't happen, because some of the energy this conductor, these wires have some resistance, so some of energy it uses. Okay, but in ideal case, we will consider that the sum of these two energy of the sum of energy of these two elements is constant. Okay, now I will consider the next case. Now again it's completely charged. Okay, now this plate is completely charged, and this inductor is discharged. Okay, now I will draw the graph for the diagram current. Now current is flowing from positive to negative in this way, so I am making in this way. In this second case also, the current is moving from this to this. Okay, I have drawn it. Now see, in this case, now the capacitor is fully charged, but inductor is completely discharged. It has given all of its energy, magnetic energy, to the capacitor. Now it is converted into the electrical energy. Okay, now I will draw the another case. Since inductor is discharged and capacitor is charged, again because of potential difference, current will flow from positive to negative. So direction of current is now what? This side to this side. Again this inductor will oppose and will convert the electrical energy into magnetic energy, and will oppose the flow of current. When the capacitor is going to discharge, it will oppose. It is opposing the current. Since current is increasing, so it is opposing the increasing current. Finally, when it will get dying, again inductor will support. Okay, same phenomena will repeat. Okay, it will repeat. So now see the second case. In this first case, the current is in this direction, like this positive, if you have considered this one is positive, so in this direction. In second case it is moving from this side to this side. Again in the second condition, when it is completely discharged, then also if I will draw the same direction of current I will get. So for half time period it is positive, and for second half it is negative. Look, it is positive this side, current direction of current is this. Now in the second case it is from this side to this side, so direction of current is also changing. Okay, in LC oscillator, understood? Now we will find the expression for it. Okay, so what is the main important thing for it? That expression, we will derive the expression. We will show that it is oscillating. Since it is oscillator, so we will show that, like see, we have written here oscillator, and we are showing that current is oscillating, or energy is oscillating between capacitor and inductor. Electrical energy to magnetic energy to electrical energy, or current is also oscillating, means these things are oscillating. That's why we are calling it oscillator. To show it, we will show that by the oscillator, by the energy of oscillator, we are finding the wave equation. That will show that it is an oscillator, means like a wave, it is behaving like a wave. Okay, means when in case of wave, what? Particles oscillates between its mean position, and one wave of which carry energy is moving. Okay, in the same way here electric and magnetic field is oscillating. First it is electric field, then it converted into magnetic field, again from magnetic field to electric field, like that it is oscillating. Okay, electric to magnetic, magnetic to electric. Okay, so that we are going to show that energy is oscillating. Okay, energy is oscillating. So let's show it. So now I will take equation. See this expression, it is what? In this case, see, if you will apply Kirchhoff's law in first case only, in any case you can apply this. Okay, but in first case, I am taking first case. So now see, what is that? So equation I am writing. So you know by Kirchhoff's second law, that is sum of all potential is equals to 0. What does it say? It states that sum of all potential for a closed loop equals to 0. So in this case, now see, in this case, for this closed loop, we will find the sum of all potential, and that must be equals to 0 by Kirchhoff's law. So let's find out. So first of all, we'll take first element. First element is capacitor. So for capacitor, what is the value of potential? So you know value of potential is equals to what? C upon V equals to Q upon C. Okay, V equals to Q upon C for a capacitor. Okay, so I'll write here. So from we are choosing this path. So according to this path, it is moving from positive to negative. This path I'll take. This one will be easy. Okay, this path. So now see, for the capacitor, negative to positive, positive to negative. So we are taking negative to positive. This path we are choosing na. So negative to positive. And if you are taking negative to positive, you will take positive sign. So I am taking Q by C, positive. So potential here, then plus potential here. Here it is positive to negative, so we will take negative sign. Minus. Also you know induced EMF is always opposite, in opposite direction to the flow, this potential of the capacitor. So we will write here, see now. Here negative to positive, so we will take positive. Here the induced EMF is positive to negative, so I will write here minus. Minus, you have studied about a case of inductor, that induced EMF equals to minus d phi by dt. You have studied about it? Okay, if n number of turns, then you will write n. But here we are taking simply d phi by dt. Okay, so it would be this one is the formula for n d phi by dt, but in if we will take the term of EMF in terms of L, then EMF E equals to, you have studied, minus L in terms of inductance. It is E equals to minus L di by dt. You have already studied about it, that what is the induced EMF in an inductor, that is equals to its inductance di by dt, rate of change of current. Okay, so E equals to minus L di by dt. You have already studied, no need to explain this. I think in other video you can find it. Okay, so now I am removing it. So in case of this inductor, I'll write here the value of potential. So potential equals to EMF means what? Potential. Here potential. So minus E minus L di by dt is there. So I'll write here minus L di by dt. Okay, that is equals to 0. Sum of this potential plus this potential, that is equals to 0. Sum of all potential equals to 0 by Kirchhoff's law. I have written here. Now I'll solve it. So how you will solve? So you know di by dt. Q equals to di by dt, you have studied. Since the current is flowing, the rate of flow of current is losing the charge. Means the charge is decreasing here. So charge is decreasing for the flow of current. So that's why we will take it minus Q. Minus di by dt. Why? Because charge is decreasing as the current is flowing. Okay, so charge is decreasing from this plate. Look at this. Slowly charge is discharging. Means charge is going to decreasing. So that's why I have written minus di by dt. Now I'll substitute this value of Q here. 1 minute. Di by dt is this one. So now I'll write here dq by, one more thing I have written by mistake this one. 1 minute bachcho. Actually I equals to dq by dt. You have studied. Since as the current is flowing, the charge is decreasing. That's why we will take minus sign, because charge is decreasing now when current is flowing. That's why we have to take minus dq by dt. Now if di, what will be the di by dt? I will write here. So now see this expression q by, look at this, q by c minus L I, at the place of I, I'll write here this minus sign will be plus L d by dt. Value of I is dq by dt. So dq by dt, that is equals to 0. Now it will be d square by dt. L d square by dt square q by c, that is equals to 0. Now I will divide all the terms by L. So what it will be? So it will be q by LC plus d2q, d square q by dt square, that is equals to 0. Shall I write it like this? d square q by dt square plus q by LC, that is equals to 0. It is, don't you think that it is similar to the wave equation? That is what? That is d square x upon dt square plus omega square x equals to 0. This is the wave equation. It is similar to the wave equation. Look at this. Double differentiation is this one also have, and one variable here also. Here also differentiation of q plus q by some constant 1 by LC. So first, so this is that. So we have shown that it is like a wave. The particle oscillates at its mean position. In the same way, here the electric and magnetic field is also oscillating. Charge is also oscillating from positive to negative. Again, it is positively charged from this direction to this side. First, charge is flowing through this direction. Again, charge is flowing through this direction. So continuously, the flow of charge is oscillating, changing. Okay. So now I'll write here. So by comparing these equations, so here we have shown that it is oscillating. The electric and magnetic field is oscillating between L and C, between capacitor and inductor. Now comparing these two equations, so what you will find? You will find C at the place, this is Q, X, X. Now you can compare omega square equals to 1 by LC. So omega equals to 1 upon root LC. So frequency of this oscillator is what? Angular frequency of this oscillator is 1 upon root LC. Understood? So this is the now frequency mu, linear frequency. This frequency equals to, you know, it is 1 upon 2 pi omega. Okay. 1 upon 2 pi omega. So it will be omega upon 2 pi is what? So 1 upon 2 pi. Value of omega is 1 by root LC. So frequency, value of frequency is this, angular frequency is this one. We have shown that LC oscillator, in LC oscillator, charge is oscillating, electric and magnetic field is also oscillating, and the frequency of that oscillation, is what? It is 1 upon 2 pi root over LC. Okay, and angular frequency is 1 by LC. Okay, am I clear to all of you? I think it is clear. Repeat it two more times, 1 or 2 times, then you will understand maybe. Okay, so okay, study well, take care all of you, bye bye.